President Biden in Chicago yesterday touting the so-called Bidenomics policies. Here's the president.
This vision is a fundamental break from the economic theory that has failed America's middle class for decades now. It's called trickle-down economics. 13.4 million new jobs. More jobs in 2 years than any president has ever made in 4 and 2. And folks, it's no accident. That's Bidenomics in action. And I'm not here to declare victory on the economy.
Joining me right now is Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser. He's a member of the House Financial Services and Small Business Committees. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning.
Maria, so great to be with you.
Thank you so much. So how do you assess Bidenomics? What is Bidenomics from your standpoint?
Bidenomics, I think, to the Biden family is their contacts with those in the Communist Party in China and Russia and Romania, and getting payoffs for what we don't know what services they rendered. So Bidenomics for the Bidens is their family members getting very rich to the tune of $35 million. But you know what it is to my constituents and to the rest of America? It's a suppressing of the economy. It is inflation. It is high interest rates. The level of wildly excessive spending, the assault on our energy industry has driven inflation to the highest levels in 50 years. In so doing, higher interest rates, and overall costing my constituents nearly $800 to $900 extra a month. If that's something that they think is working for the American people, well, once again, if you will, they're gas backwards.
That's unbelievable. I mean, the president is having a hard time explaining what exactly Bidenomics is. He couldn't actually explain it yesterday. You talked about all of that spending. I want to get into that. But here's what the president said in terms of what is Bidenomics yesterday.
Well, guess what? A guy driving a truck hit anyway, knocked down a whole bridge and the whole block, 4 lanes of the highway. Today, with the help of the Inflation Reduction Act, a new plant's being built. 3/4 of U.S. industries grew more consecrated. I'm thinking I didn't go to Mass.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like now that people are saying, well, maybe we won't get that recession. This administration is, saying, OK, well, let's make the economy our centerpiece of the campaign. But Bidenomics is a lot of spending. We know that. How much did they spend in the last 2 years?
Oh, somewhere in the neighborhood in excess of our revenues, which were up about $6 trillion
right,
of the American people's money.
Yeah,
right?
So that's Bidenomics, $6 trillion. He wants to raise taxes. He's still pushing. Well, Kevin McCarthy said that during that debt ceiling debate, that's all he wanted to talk about was raising taxes.
Absolutely. I had Janet Yellen in a hearing last week, and after just hearing what I thought was Bidenomics, I asked what was the only growth strategy for this administration. Is it in fact spending? And she gave me a yes. She said we need to continue to make investments in the United States economy. What does that mean? That means excessive spending. They have absolutely no growth strategy. The idea of adding taxes to American businesses basically is advantage China and says don't make in America. So once again, it's just a backwards viewpoint of it that has proven not to work, and we're in a sort of a stagflation mode now, right? I mean, we're moving forward higher interest rates, higher levels of inflation, lower consumer confidence, small businesses are struggling, energy prices are staying high, and he's touting some sort of success plan.
What do your constituents say about the energy story? Because that's centerpiece for this administration. That's the climate change agenda, to lessen the use of fossil fuels.
Oh, yes. And I'm Pennsylvania. We have our Marcellus share. We have natural gas. We have 50% less carbon emissions. Now, on top of everything else that they've done to the energy industry, stopping permits, not allowing leasing, taxing natural gas. On top of that, we have our ESG mandates coming out of banks. Banks, Maria, from Exxon, who's got plenty of money, right down to smaller natural gas companies and to community banks being threatened with new ESG mandates, so as now the funding pipeline for the energy industry is being cut off. So we might be able to sustain, but we won't be able to grow. And you know where they're going to grow then? Venezuela, Russia, OPEC
Yeah,
will continue to be vulnerable to the whims of OPEC under this administration.
You've been working on this ESG, and it's a higher cost for business, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. These are additional costs taken on as they see their business slowing down.
Additional costs, additional risks, unknowns. They're being told what to do. Environmental, social, governance. The environmental part, they're warned on a regular basis by the John Kerrys and this administration that if you think these requirements and mandates are high now, you better meet them because they're only going to go up. And meanwhile, I think I mentioned to you, they're taxing American-made batteries. Again, everything they do is really makes no sense. It's upside down and backwards.
And it's sending so much business to China. We're wondering if it's because this president is compromised. Hunter Biden is set to be deposed today. As you know, this is the civil lawsuit brought on by the laptop repair shop owner, John Paul Mac Isaac. He's suing him for defamation. As House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said, the payments from foreign nationals to the Biden family could exceed a whopping $40 million. We're hearing more of the same from President Biden on this. Here's what he said. Watch.
President Biden, how involved were you in your son's Chinese shakedown text message? Were you sitting there? Were you involved?
No, I wasn't. And I don't know.
Were you?
No.
He got mad there, but he's laughing all the way to the bank, I guess. Comer said that he has identified certain policy decisions that he believes Joe Biden was paid for personally, like canceling the China initiative.
Yeah, that. Look, there's a lot of suspicious actions that have taken, and there's also a tremendous amount of evidence. This is not a shot in the dark. I mean, talk about where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, the smoke is billowing out of the smokestacks. We have White House records. We have internet. We have those voicemails. We have the president calling his son saying, "Hey, son, you're in the clear."
Yeah.
Right after an issue. We have bank accounts, as stated, with $25 million from the most nefarious individuals and countries: Romania, China, Russia. Look, and now we have additional evidence with the big guy sitting next to Hunter, extorting monies from some of the worst arch international criminals in the world. Look, I mean, if we're going to get to the truth, if it wasn't for the Republican majority in the House right now, there'd be no investigation. That's the other story here. Why isn't the FBI, the DOJ? We have this Garland issue now. Did he deliberately keep the investigation from occurring with Hunter Biden? These are questions that the Republican majority is going to answer. Accountability is what the American people want. We're going to deliver it.
We're going to watch. Thanks very much. We'll keep a spotlight on it.
Okay.
Good to see you, Congressman.
You too.
Dan
Great to
Meuser
see you.
joining us from Pennsylvania here in studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back.